Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Biafrans, fellow freedom lovers, fellow lovers of peace and unity. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're hearing my voice from. I'm super glad to have the Biafra Superstars Media to communicate to us. Yeah, but I must confess, my topic this morning is a very painful one. It's a sad one, and it's one that doesn't leave any gladness in my spirit. Yes, today is the 25th of February, of December 2025. Today is Christmas Day, but everything about my Christmas has been ruined. Everything about my Christmas has been turned to bitterness. Yes, I'm so unhappy about what is trending all over the social media, all over the mass media, and what is trending negatively about our Biafran Republic in exile. I mean, the whole world is watching us, the whole world it seems to be laughing at us. I mean, these are people who have come out to say they want to activate, they want to actuate, they want to actualize the United States of Biafra, a sovereign United States of Biafra. They want to actualize it come 2nd December 2024. We were all here when this was redeclared by none other than Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, who doubles once as a chief of staff and then as an anointed prime minister, when our able prime minister, indefatigable prime minister, able prime minister, Simon Ekpa, His Excellency, was arrested by Finnish authorities. Yes, the interrogations are still going. Few days before the inauguration and the redeclaration of the United States of Biafra. So this lady came up, our former chief of staff of the Biafra regional government in exile, came up and vigorously and fearlessly, boldly redeclared the United States of Biafra. I mean, we were all agog, we were all happy, we were looking forward to a happy ending. But it's so sad that few days into this redeclaration, a lot of things are not going well. Suddenly, we are seeing a lot of gang-ups. We are seeing a lot of, surreptitious arrangements. We are seeing subterfuge. We are seeing, plans and counter-plans. We are seeing a lot of people manipulating and saying things that shouldn't be said about the Biafra regional government in exile. I mean, why would somebody come up and say Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is no longer acting as the prime minister, is a suspicious fellow, we don't trust her, she was the one who orchestrated the arrest of Simon Ekpa, she's a con, she's that, she has infiltrated the camp of Biafra regional government, and she doesn't mean well. She is a mole. Somebody is using her. She has a hidden agenda. I mean, is she working for Simon Ekpa or against Simon Ekpa? Some have said it's a coup. What Ngozi Orabueze did was a coup. That as soon as Simon Ekpa was arrested, as soon as she knew he was going to go out of the picture, she quickly entered, surreptitiously entered, the administration of Biafra regional government in exile. And ever since then, she has been engaging in activities that sabotage, that doesn't mean well for Biafra Republic in exile. I mean, they have accused her of all sort of things. And I'm asking, why? I mean, this is the Biafra regional government that said it was going to redeclare the sovereign state of Biafra. I mean, these are people's aspirations. This is what the Biafrans have been looking for a way to tell the international community what our plight is, seek their attention, get them to support us, and of course, achieve a united sovereign state of Biafra. But what are we doing? We are acting worse than the junta, the rat race country that we call Nigeria. We are acting worse than the country that we said we don't want to belong to anymore. We are now acting worse than the Tinubu administration. I mean, the clueless administration who means nothing well for Nigerians. I mean, what are we up to? Why would Biafrans begin to bite themselves, begin to hit themselves, begin to expose themselves unnecessarily, begin to, orchestrate plans and counter plans to destroy one another? Why can we not uphold the peace? Why can we not uphold what we have achieved? Why can we not walk towards generating more successes, generating more achievement, generating more attention worldwide? Why are we suddenly on each other's throat? Just a few days ago, the social media was agog when someone, this same man who was a former finance minister for Biafra regional government in exile, Isaiah Anyoku, suddenly we heard he has been appointed the acting prime minister. Ngozi Orabueze has been jettisoned to the background. That is it. Ngozi does not mean well. Ngozi does not do this. I mean, how can we survive under this kind of atmosphere? What is wrong with the Biafran man? What is wrong with the Igbo man? Are we cursed from birth? Are we cursed? What is being bad? What is it cursed to be an Igbo person? Is it cursed to be a Biafran? Here is a world that is attuned to listening to us. Here is a world that have just by December 2nd, 2024, we have redeclared the United States of Biafra. The same Biafra that was first declared in 1967 by none other than our Biafran warlord, late General Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, Dame Odumegwu Ojukwu of blessed memory. This man declared the United States of Biafra in 1967 and fought vigorously. We waged away against a country that were out to antagonize us, that were out to annihilate us, that made us feel unwanted in our country. Late General Odumegwu Ojukwu, gathered think tanks, gathered scientists, gathered all kinds of soldiers, gathered all kinds of people, and fought for the liberation, for the replacement of the Biafran Republic. Unfortunately, come 1970, we lost that chance. We lost that war because it was as if the whole world was against us. I mean, every effort to get world powers, every effort to get recognition worldwide failed because Nigeria and its sponsor, the British had a peculiar and pathological hatred for the Biafrans, for the Igbos, and so they made everything impossible for any world leaders to recognize us. So our people died because there was blockade in the air, there was blockade in the land, there was blockade in the sea. And so Biafra died. There was no way we could fight. People are coming to you with jet bombers. People are coming with bombs. People are coming with all kinds of ammunitions, AK-47. People were coming with grenades. And you had bare hands and cutlass. How could you have lasted? How could you have surmounted that war? And so it was glaring, very glaring that Biafra was going to lose. Very glaring that we were going to be defeated. And when late Dame General Odumegwu Ojukwu considered the cost in human life, considered that there was no way we could have won that war, considered that the odds were against us because we had banked on certain countries to come to our refuge, to come to our aid, which we didn't get. We had banked on international communities to rally around Biafra. We have sensitized the world about the plight of the Biafrans. We have told the world about the genocidal tendencies of General Yakubu Gowon government. We have told them what Biafrans have suffered. We have told them our children were dying from kwashiorkor and malnutrition. We have told them that our elderly could not have access to medicines. Those who were sick could not be treated. I mean, without the blockade in the air, without the blockade in the sea, without the blockade on land, how can you survive? We told them how our men were caught, fingers cut off in different dimensions, so that they will be incapable of carrying a stone, carrying a cutlass, or even going to the farm, let alone fight the Nigerian soldiers. So when the late General Odumegwu Ojukwu, Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, saw that the odds were against the Biafrans, he capitulated. He said, look, I leave. Biafrans no more. Let this war not continue. Let death not be our next war. Let them not annihilate us completely. Let them not wipe us from the history of the world. This genocide must not continue. I leave for now. And so he went into exile. He went into exile to Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire. And that was how he mandated General Effiong and Dr. General Effiong to, hand over the flag back to, surrender to General Yakubu Gowon. And that was it. And that was it. That was how that first declaration of Biafra died a natural death. That was where it was punctuated. It was punctuated. But still, we should realize that that war lasted because there was unity of purpose. There was one mind. There was one hope. We fought together as one. We didn't despise ourselves. We didn't rubbish ourselves. We didn't come out, start talking from different voices, different mouths. We didn't come and start washing our dirty linens in the public. Suddenly now, 2nd December 2024, there has been a redeclaration, this time by none other than the former Chief of Staff, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, because our Prime Minister, able Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, was not handy, was not available from the convention in Finland. He had been arrested. And so Dr. Ngozi Orabueze rose, stood out from the crowd and said, look, yes, Simon Ekpa has been arrested. Yes, he's not here now, but the dream cannot die. The dream cannot die. It's forward ever and backward never. The dream must not be allowed to quench. The fire must not quench. And she vigorously, she boldly, despite all threats to her life, despite the implications for her career, she stood out and said, I, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, am redeclaring the sovereign United States of Biafra. Second time, on behalf of Simon Ekpa Njoku, my able leader. Second time, on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu, our maximum leader. Second time, on behalf of late Dimo Joku, our general. Second time, for the beloved people, freedom lovers of Biafra land. Today, I, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, happily redeclare the United States of Biafra as a sovereign national state that will comprise of 40 states. That's what she said, and she said it in Finland. She was at Finland when she made this declaration, and ever since then, the whole world is listening, the whole world is watching, and we have begun to see a lot of people indicate interest in the affairs of Biafra. A lot of countries have indicated interest to support Biafra. A lot of them have added Biafra as part of their, countries in their Committee of Nations. While the whole world is watching, while the United Nations is watching, while NATO is watching, while America is watching, while all the European countries are watching, while Australia is watching, looking forward to supporting us and moving the Biafra, United States of Biafra Republic forward so that we can be the next country to follow the newest country in the world, Southern Sudan. We would have been the next country. What are we getting now? Our own kith and kin. Our brothers and sisters are coming out to dance naked in the public. They are dancing naked in the public. What a shame. What a shame. What does Mazi Isaiah and Yogo, what do they want to achieve? What do they want to achieve by this sudden, shameful dance in the public? Why are they coming to imitate the country we don't want to belong to anymore? These are things that happen in Nigeria. We said in Biafra land there will be zero tolerance for irresponsible behavior, for corruption, for ineptitude, for clueless government. That's what we said. In Biafra there will be zero tolerance for nepotism, zero tolerance for, irresponsible talk. But here we are, our own kids and kin, our own blood, fellow Biafrans who have interacted with our, able Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, who have been with him, ate with him, drank with him, discussed with him. And these are the same people who are coming now to shoot Biafra in the eyes. We don't need to cut our nose to spite our face. No! Mazi Isaiah, Anyogu, please, let's retrace our steps. Yes, let's retrace our steps. Give Dr. Ngozi Orabueze the chance. Let her, navigate Biafra, United States of Biafra, to the next level. Why we are wait, the speedy return of our able Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Why all this clamoring? Why all this acrimony? Why all this hate speech? Why all this suspicion and counter suspicion? Why all these accusations and counter accusations? Why? Why can the Biafra man not have sense? Why can we not remember the plight of our brothers between 1967, between 1968, 69, or to 70? Why do we want to take back the hands of the clock? We want to drag the clock backwards. That shouldn't be our case. I mean, as Chino Achebe always said, Professor, may you so rest in peace. The man who doesn't remember his roots, the man who does not know where the rain started beating him, will never know where it ends on him. Why do we act? Why are we dancing in the public naked? Who are we trying to impress? Who is sponsoring all these accusations and counter accusations? Who stands to benefit? Who stands to benefit in the destruction of the sovereign United States of Biafra, redeclared sovereign United States of Biafra? Who stands to benefit? Who is sponsoring who? Could this be a ploy? Could it be that this clueless, hopeless country we call Nigeria, could it be that they are using some of our people as moles? Could they be the ones sponsoring this infighting, these insurrections within us? Mazi Isaiah, Anyogu, what do you stand to gain? What do you stand to gain? How much are you people going to get when you rubbish our own? When you destroy our ambitions, our hopes and aspirations? What do you stand to gain? This is not the plan of the maximum ruler of Biafra, maximum leader. This is not the plan of late General Emeka Ojukwu, our Biafran warlord, who first declared the United States of Biafra, sovereign United States. But this is not the plan. It was never the plan of Nnamdi Kanu before he was arrested, extradited from, rendition from Kenya down to Nigeria. This is not the hope. It was never the aspiration of our able Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. No. This is not what we Biafrans look forward to. We didn't see it coming like this. I mean, here we are at the thresholds of success. Here we are warming up. The Redeclaration has taken place. We are warming up for international recognitions. The international attorneys are working, duly appointed, who were duly appointed by Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister. Everybody was working. Everybody is on it now. All eyes on the target. All eyes on deck. And then what are we seeing? All hands on deck. What are we seeing? Suddenly, there are insurrections. Suddenly, there are suspicions. Suddenly, there's accusations and counter-accusations. Suddenly, we are washing our dirty linens in the public. Suddenly, we are showing we're incapable of leading ourselves. Suddenly, we are showing that we hate ourselves. If this one is not from Enugu, if this one is not from Anambra, if this one is not from Ebonyi, if this one is not from Imo, if this one is not from Anambra, then it's not. Oh, come on, Biafrans, fellow freedom lovers. When late General Emeka Ojukwu first declared United States of Biafra, it wasn't about any states. It wasn't about any state at all. Yes, he was an Anambra man. Yes, but where was his first capital? Where was the first capital of Biafra when it was declared? Where was the first capital? It was not in Anambra State. He moved it because he wanted to form a regional government that will be all-encompassing, that will be make everybody part and parcel of that place, of that region, of that government. But what are we seeing now? Under late General Emeka Odumegwu, there was no infighting. Nobody said anybody was sponsoring anybody. Nobody said anybody, was conning any person. Nobody said money spent for Biafra was being used for other purposes, was being swindled. Nobody said anybody had a coup against any person. No, it was never like that. Because of course Biafra was a serious entity. Biafra was a responsible entity, and the people who fought for Biafra were genuine, sincere, committed people. Never were they settled by the government at the center there. Never did they accept to be saboteurs. Never did they accept any token from General Gowon and his likes. Why should this be happening now? Now, when we have achieved the redeclaration of Biafra, when our people have warmed up, when our people have been sensitized enough, when we're already there. We're already there. Oh, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, I want to encourage you. Yes, our able Prime Minister is incarcerated. Yes, he's been tried by the Finnish authorities, but it's not the end of the world. That shouldn't end it. We have always said that Biafra is not about name. It's not about personality. It's not tied to any single individual. No. Biafra is all-encompassing. Biafra is in the heart. Biafra is in the mind. Biafra is the DNA of the people who suffered between 1966, 1967, 1968, 1969, 1970. People who were disgruntled. People who were almost annihilated. People who were starved. People who have been treated as second-class citizens. People who were forced after the war that no matter how much they had, they should be given a paltry 20 pounds. These people know where the rain touched them. These people know where the rain soaked them. And they know where the rain dried on them. So what is happening now? Why is it that since the redeclaration of the Biafra regional government in exile, the United States of Biafra, why are people suddenly crazed, acting like they are being manipulated, acting like they don't know why we got here, acting like, the country, the junta, the rat race, the animal farm we call Nigeria. Why are they imitating what is happening in Nigeria? When we said in Biafra land there will be zero tolerance for anything negative, for corruption, for nepotism, for bad governance. Why is it now that we are replicating what we have seen in the zoo called Nigeria? We want to bring it down to Biafra land. That must never be our portion. Must never be our portion. And so I'm very saddened that on a Christmas day like this, when I should be popping champagne and dining and whining with my family and friends, here I am, highly infuriated, highly, demotivated by ongoings in the Biafra regional government in exile. Please, remember, when the elephant is fighting, it is the grass that suffers. Who is behind this infighting? Who is behind this destruction, self-destruction, self-explosion, like a self-destruct, self-explosion in Biafra, United States of Biafra? Who are the sponsors? Could this be the zoo governance? Promising people appointments here and there, giving them money, buying them houses overseas, so that they can infiltrate the camp of Biafra and destroy what we hold there, destroy what we aspire for, destroy what is important to us. Do they want to destroy the heart of Biafra land? Do they want to destroy what we hold there? All the efforts of our heroes, fallen heroes, our martyrs, will it be in vain? All the efforts of late General Odumegwu, will it be in vain? Why should we suffer in vain? Why should we allow People who mean nothing, who mean no good thing for Biafra, to come and occupy, come and destroy what we hold so dear. My fellow Biafran lovers, ladies and gentlemen, freedom lovers, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Please, let us manage ourselves. Let us manage the affairs of Biafra in a conducive, in a responsible, and in a transparent manner until our able Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is released back to us. We can't walk like leaders, like sheep without shepherd. No. We are an educated set of people. The leaders we have are highly educated, highly traveled, captains of industries, leaders in their different paraphernalia of life, leaders in the areas of their choosing vocations. Why should we now come and be dancing naked in the public? Why should we now come, and be clowning so that people can throw money at us? God forbid. This is not what Biafra is all about. God forbid. This is not what the Redeclaration of the sovereign states of Biafra is all about. God forbid that all the efforts of our heroes past must never be in vain. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sad. Yes, it's a Christmas day. Yes, but there's nothing to celebrate. There's nothing to celebrate when the foundations, the core foundation that is holding Biafra, the core foundation that is holding the sovereign national state of Biafra, the core foundations that should anchor the Biafra regional government in exile in Finland, are shaky, are dancing naked in the public, are calling themselves names, showing evidence that they are being sponsored to sabotage the order. Not in Biafra land. Not in Biafra land. Never, never. This must never be allowed to come to pass. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow freedom lovers, please, let's gather together. Let's speak vigorously against this kind of, charade, against this infighting, name calling, self-destruct behavior. It will not take us anywhere. The zoo country Nigeria is laughing at us. They say, look at them. They said they wanted a sovereign national government. They wanted the United States of Biafra, sovereign United States of Biafra themselves. But look at them, dancing naked in the public. They are laughing at us and telling the whole world that we are not ready. We are not ready yet. These people cannot rule themselves. The Igbo man cannot rule themselves. They don't respect each other. They say they are Republicans. They don't respect a constituted authority. This is how they waste themselves. Give them this country. You allow them to move as a sovereign national country. They would explode within themselves. They will implode. And they would destroy themselves. Self-destruct. May this never be our portion in Jesus' name. Ladies and gentlemen, praise up. Rise up to the occasion. Let this infighting end. Let this self-destructive behavior end. Because it will be very costly indeed, if we let this opportunity pass us by. And I want to say it here, whatever group that derails the aims and objectives and hopes and aspirations of the United States, sovereign United States of Biafra, they will never know peace all their life. No matter the kind of money they are giving, no matter the kind of position they are giving to sabotage Biafra land, they will never know peace in their life, both now and generations yet to come. This is a course I put anybody who allows himself to be used as a mole, to be used to destroy a people's legitimate ambition to rule themselves, to govern themselves, and to make their life worth the while. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be an easy walk. There's no easy walk to freedom. Any part of the world, there's no easy walk to freedom. We must be ready to pay the price. And one of the prizes, we must be diligent, we must be focused, we must not be misguided. Avoid self-destructive behavior, trust one another, and let us move forward in a bold step towards the full achievement of the sovereign United States of Biafra. Ladies and gentlemen, while our able Prime Minister is still in the dungeons of, still incarcerated in Finland. The trials will soon continue, will soon come up, and I believe he will be declared free. I'm ready to join us back again. In the meantime, let's work as a team. Let's hold this baton he gave, handed over to Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Let's work as a team. Let's work as a people who have suffered enough marginalization, who have suffered a lot of inhumanity, who have been almost wiped out from the geographical country called Nigeria. Let's act like people who know where the rain met them, who know, so that they will know where it will dry on them. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing to cheer about. It's Christmas. The only thing that will cheer me, I want to read, I want to hear that things are better. Things are now working positively. I want to hear that this is infighting, this name calling, this self-destructive behavior within the camps, the foundations of Biafra, United States of Biafra, Biafra Regional Government in exile. I want to hear that it has stopped, and all those saboteurs, all those people who are sabotaging our people, let their hands be burnt and let them be put to shame through Christ our Lord. Thank you. Goodbye, and let's look forward. Let's look forward to greater heights, greater achievements for the United States of Biafra. God bless the United States of Biafra. Thank you.
Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High Himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. Our enemies are equally important because they must listen. Those who do not love the truth must listen. Those who are beholden to darkness, they must also listen. For we are here to bring light upon a very darkened continent without Biafra. Africa is nothing without Biafra. There is no difference between a black man and a wild animal in the forest. We say it with every shred of belief, with every ounce of conviction. I welcome each and every one of you. If you're joining us for the very first time, this is Radio Biafra. This is how we do it. We magnify the name of the Most High before we do anything. That is why we are exceptionally formidable. That is why